Hello again, YouTube. Jake here with, you guessed it, more Reading Too Much Into Things reviews of Jyuohgers and Kamen Rider Ghost. Today's episode of Jyuohgers is more what you'd call a filler, so that means I pass it on to Toby the Intern for Jyuohgers episode 12, Hana no Mijikai Zo, or The Short-Nosed Elephant.
Thank you, Jake, for giving me another go. Let's begin. Since the Jyuohgers are here in our world till they find the Birdman from last episode, Tusk tries to find the local library so to read up on human history, but runs into a rather gruff, used bookstore owner who, after a tussle, says his arm is broken and forces Tusk to work for him till he's healed up. While there, Tusk witnesses customer after customer getting pushed out of the store. The owner saying it's cause they don't appreciate books, even berating Tusk for folding the page of a children's book, adding it to his debt. Meanwhile, the team is attacked by this week's Death Galleon, who seems immune to their attacks even when riddled with holes from the team blaster, but does escape.
でもさ、人見知りのタスク君にはいい社会勉強になりそうじゃない？お茶入れよーっと。
Oh, how I do enjoy how they write on Moo.
Reminded of how his father used to read to him, Tusk gets the urge to get more children interested in books, so that the shop owner will finally have customers he'd be willing to sell to, and the store will not go under. So heartwarming. However, simply him reading to them does not interest the kids, until the rest of the team shows up in animal costumes and makes it a full event.
Ah, I see they raided Mario's wardrobe.
All while the shop owner watches from behind some trees, catching sight of Tusk changing to his human form for the story. However, the Death Galleon attacks again, still seeming immune to the team's attacks, and so unleashes his secret ability. Turns out, that Death Galleon's body was the hat the whole time, and he shoots out a laser from his eyes that steals away people's ability to talk, write, and read, even taking words off of signs and numbers off of phones.
This reveal, specifically what the monster can do, feels like a really weird choice for a 12th episode. Actually, a lot of these more complex monster approaches feel weird for how early they are in the fight, unless they plan to defeat the Death Galleons within the first half and have a new villain team to fight against afterwards. I mean, I suppose one could argue that they're putting their best foot forward because erasing words is a horrifying prospect. Imagine communicating only through shrug or the like for the rest of your life. But these Death Galleons are trying to destroy the world, yes, but stretch it out for the sake of fun. That's why they supposedly didn't start off with the killer robot gift in the first place. That the fight will have been over much too soon. This is likely my bias from having seen far too many Sentais, but this guy here does not feel like a monster of the week. This feels more like the monster you'd get in a DVD packaged with a copy of TV Kun magazine.
And since numbers are taken away as well, so are the numbers from the team's Mark of Kings devices. Meaning, once the team's knocked out of their suits, they're unable to transform, save for Tusk, who so far avoided the attacks. However, cousin he wasn't in either of the previous fights, he doesn't know that attacks don't work on the main body. And with the team unable to speak or write, they're having a hard time communicating, attempting with charades. And so Tusk finally gets to attack the hat. And, well...
Did Tusk just stab that hat right in its...
And so, Tusk defeats the hat, returning words to everything. But also, noticing that the bookstore owner's arm wasn't broken, and he's completely fine. The hat is grown giant, and they engage again. The hat is able to take over Jyuoh King. But they knock it off before it can do anything with that, and defeat it. And so, the episode ends with Tusk having made a new friend.
And that was episode 12, Jyuohgers, which really didn't need to exist this early. And seeing how there's no, backstory of dealing with people harming his books or losing someone just makes the book owner look like a jerk for shooing so many people away from his store. We get no context for why he's so concerned. He's just really picky about what customers he allows, which is something you'll run into in a free market, but it just feels weird in a kid's show. This isn't how you approach this kind of story. And I don't know why there wasn't time to do that, to establish a context for why this person's an asshole. He just is one. Also a liar. There's no real growth of him, it's just, oh, that guy's an asshole. But it's okay. Hell, even the guitarist in Leo's filler episode had more personal growth. But leave us move on. Takaru has finally rescued his friend Spectre's body from the Ganma world, and Daijob, once an enemy, has grown and become an ally to the team with the recent death of his father by his brother. Which is good, because they need as much help as they can get now that the Ganma world has awakened the true power of the prayer stones, the Ganmisers. Takaru only has 57 days left to understand what's prevented his last attempt at making a wish and come back to life. As we enter episode 29, Sairin, Dashu o no Shiren. Second Coming, Test of the Escape King. I have no idea why I did that. Our episode starts off with Daijob, say it with me now, doubting himself and talking to the takoyaki owner who tells him to follow his heart. I knew you could say it. Though, the takoyaki owner seems a tad out of it today. Back in the Ganma world, the Ganmiser that was destroyed last episode reforms as Edith speaks of the world having been perfect, but falling apart after hundreds of years. Asking of Two Feathers what kind of world he, with his new power, wishes for. Back with Igor, he has a Ganma possess a pair of glasses, creating a person. A person that a random schoolgirl recognizes as her father. We learn that he, or this clone, I don't know, are working as programmers for Igor along with the astronaut MB Ganma. It gets too hard to keep track of the less well-known references, especially when you're crap with names like I am. Sorry. We next join the schoolgirl, Shirayuki, asking for help from the temple team. turns out that her problem is that her father, a programmer, had died recently. So yeah, him showing up somewhere he had never worked before is a tad odd. As they accept the job, she is possessed by Houdini. Oh, for some reason that is frightening. So yeah, the Houdini ghost soul is focused on the fact that he believes that ghosts don't exist. Set in front of the ghost. Even the show notes this issue with the character's disbelief. Back with Dye Job, he's given a new set of clothes by the stall owner to signify his character arc shift. And when Canon and Spectre show up, Canon asking to see his new outfit, he can't exactly refuse. Spectre, knowing the hurt Dye Job is trying to get over from losing his father, asks him to help with Takeru's case, and he accepts. Back with the
ここは節操にお任せよ。あ、ちょっと失礼。なんと節操の魂の叫び聞かせてやるぜ。Fool me.
What I'm confused by is when he got time to change. They're still spotted sneaking in by security cameras and Igor. Still, they hunt down where Yuki's father's ghost works and try to enter. But even when Takeru tries ghosting, it doesn't seem to work, knocking him back. As they're approached by Gruntmas. Also, Spectre and Dye Job sneak in as Onari continues to draw all the attention. Which is good as they're able to save Akari and Yuki from the B Ganma. After Dye Job gets lectured on how to pronounce Akari's name, the two engage the group. So, I'm wondering, can Dye Job not use his Necrom powers of cheating because he's a good guy now, because the budget ran out, or because he has a human body? I'm guessing it's because he has a human body since he didn't have that against Javert when he was using Ultima. After clearing out the Gruntmas and faced with
Bees, my god.
The group retreats, though Yuki is none pleased and wants to see her dead father. Takeru's willing to help, but Houdini still thinks it's better to leave it be, relating his past with fraud mediums when he tried to contact his dead mother. However, Takeru thinks not trying is worse still, and for now, convinces Houdini. Back with the stall owner, she's not doing too well. Also, her miking is really odd when she greets Dye Job in this scene. They share yet another scene that is better directed about the nature of following your heart and how not at all easy it is, and the importance every time your heart is lost to still move forward. And, with some last encouraging words, the stall owner falls asleep. Back to the action, Deep Connect is now filled with Gruntmas as the team is personally greeted by Igor, who equips the Axe Ganma icon to fight them with. Freeze it! Take it back to just past the coats passing by, then frame by frame to 1655. That is really, really poorly shot or done. I mean, looking back and actually paying attention, yes, when transforming, Takeru's eye symbol is blue or whitish blue, and Spectre's is orange, but shot this way, presented this way, it looks like they have the wrong ones over each other, even if you are paying attention. Which I'm only doing now because it just looks so damn off. Just like a few episodes back during Takeru's pity party when the mascot showed up, and the framing and the placement of the special effects just looked awkward. Back to the fight. Eventually, Daijab arrives and looks from the back. I'm not sure why. As Houdini mocks Takeru for how much danger he's facing. Takeru says it's to help the girl move forward with her life, and while Houdini doesn't agree, he's willing to stop possessing her to let Takeru grateful up. Akari tries to take Yuki to her father's ghost, but is blocked by Igor, who, damn, she slapped him again. Daijab runs in to prevent them from being axed and engages them as Akari and Yuki escape. Still, even if it's because he's human now, couldn't his suit absorb the gruntmas if they're weakened? Or did they have to be willing and ordered to be devoured by the suit? I bring this up because it'd be really helpful since, after a finisher, his suit runs out of power, leaving him open to axes. And when he's swarmed by bees, Spectre pulls out his deep icon once more. Was wondering what was holding him back till now on that one. Akari and Yuki find Yuki's father, who reacts to being called, but only for a moment, before closing the door on her. Spectre easily takes out the bee Ganma, and Takeru, with all his mighty power, takes out the one Javert-level grunt, allowing Igor and the astronaut Ganma to retreat. After a weird little undeserved victory pose between the two, Takeru sees a vision of Spectre's deal with Edith. And so our episode ends with Daijab wanting to thank the stall owner for the new clothes. He thinks she'd like some painting equipment because she had mentioned wanting to paint before. However, just cut the show. Cut the show. The reveal, while obvious, is just this side of too much to handle, because this episode, they had the warm fuzzies and all that actually really well directed. Not to mention the combo gut punch of previous episode, Daijab losing his father, so now he's also losing a caring, grandmotherly figure in his life. It's a bit much for a kid's show. Kids curling up and telling their family that they love them. Good on them, but just, god damn it. I'm glad, despite what nitpicks I have and the wobbliness, I'm glad that the show's striving towards becoming better. And it's had some episodes that were not as head-splittingly stupid or annoying as it previously did. It still has a long way to go to make sure it's not one of my least favorite Kamen Riders ever, though. Thank you again for sitting through another Reading Too Much Into Things review with me. I'm Jake. As always, stay safe. And always remember to tell your loved ones that you do love them.